Richard Seddon was New Zealand's longest-serving Prime Minister. He held office for 13 years. He was the leader of the Liberal Party. The government he was part of lasted 21 years. They smashed the Conservative opposition over and over again. Richard Seddon is perhaps the most unstoppable type of leader. An aggressive and shameless populist with no filter and an economically left-wing nationalist agenda. That is an incredibly powerful combination. The Liberal government agenda included many great policies. The introduction of the pension, the introduction of the minimum wage. Two world-leading progressive policies. They removed children workers from factories, they empowered trade unions, they introduced health and safety standards to protect workers, maximum work hours were introduced, public work schemes were introduced to fight unemployment, the age of consent was increased, children were banned from smoking, Labour Day became a public holiday, the government introduced many much-needed and long overdue reforms. And these achievements are just the tip of the iceberg. Richard Seddon even gave women the right to vote, not because he supported it, but because he recognised it was inevitable and he wanted to take credit for it. We could do with a Richard Seddon-style leader today. A bold leader who says it like it is and does what needs to be done. A leader with an economically left-wing agenda, with a hint of nationalism sprinkled in. That is what we need now. As with any leader, there was an ugly side to Richard Seddon's legacy. Richard Seddon was very racist against Asian people, in both rhetoric and policy. Obviously that is bad. Some people want his statues torn down on this basis. One such statue stands outside of Parliament. I think his statues should remain. He is an important part of the nation's history, and most of his legacy is very good. That is the truth. Every leader in history has something bad on their record. He was racist, yes, but it was the early 20th century. Everyone was racist. The most consequential part of his legacy is not his racism, it is the economically left-wing agenda of his government. He may have done some offensive things, but his list of progressive achievements is far more impressive and substantive. The Liberal government passed far more progressive legislation than Jacinda Ardern did. That is just a fact. If anything, we need more statues honouring him. We should be celebrating our national heroes. We should be building a stronger national identity.